The Andromeda, and ladies and gentlemen, done and done. Last I left off, got it all assembled, got it all decaled. There was a couple little decals I left off. I think it was just too much. I noticed here lately you always have like a bunch of symbols on, especially like newer shows. You know, even Star Wars. You know, they got the Rebel symbol just everywhere. You know, same way Star Blazer is doing the same thing with the Cosmo Navy, which on the original show they didn't have a whole lot of insignia on it. But anyway, got that on. This is one of the few kits that you really don't have to paint a whole lot. I painted a couple of the panels just a tad bit different color just to break up the monotony. But then I went back in and airbrushed the basically shaded the panel lines, and hopefully you can see that because I got all my lights on. Pretty much see all what the cat wants some more attention, which I've already done. Loved her, but she needs some more. We got the panel shaded on front to back. Now it's been asked, and hopefully it don't fall over. That'd be embarrassing, and I'd have to repair it. You can see the shading on the bottom and throughout. It has been asked, how do I shade the, well, hold on, shade the panel lines, and my index cards are in the other room, so we're going to have to pretend Mr. Napkin here is the index card. You can take Mr. Airbrush. We'll use Mr. Hobby Knife as airbrush. You can take your index card and go to each panel line like so, and just shoot a little bit of paint on there. Get the panel line as straight as you want it, or you can take the index card and get your straight line and do a little feathered effect. I do the index card and I do a little bit of freehanding. And it's just easier on me to do it that way. I do the index card and then I'll freehand some shading going. I like to do the way the ship would travel. So when you get the shading, you get the basically flying forward debris or exhaust. I know it's not exhaust, but the way the motion is, that way it just looks like the ship's going forward. So I got that on. All I did for the panel line is I just took some black gray and really just thinned it down to where it's water paint, and then an airbrush gives you a nice little transparent effect on that as well. I did most of the panel lines, and I'm glad I won this at a raffle, because I really wouldn't buy it, because to me it's just watered down paint. What? I'll give you some in a minute. Tobias panel line. This is good stuff, plus with the little applicator, I mean, you really can get in there and get all the little panel lines. My only complaint with this is you better seal your model if you're using acrylic, because this will like eat right through it. For me it did, and so I was experimenting with it. But that's good stuff. I got most of the panel lines on, and ladies and gentlemen, it does still work. I left the batteries in. You see the bridge there all lit up in green. Of course, my favorite, the oh, come on, yeah, there we go, the wave motion gun, which is just darn slick. And bright too. I highly recommend Star Blazer kits for the, and then even the light kit if you can get it. That's just pretty darn sick. So I'm done with this. I'm going to get this off the. I'm going to actually go deliver it today. I'm actually going to be around the place called the Hussar. It's a figure store. And I'm going to actually be around there today, so I'm going to go ahead, and that's why I finished it last night. Got appointments got to be at, and I'm going to be around there, so I'm going to drop this off, and we'll try to find something new. But anyway, that's what I got going on today. Andromeda is finished. We're going to have ourselves a pretty clean workbench, because really, I don't know what I want to do after that. I'm leaning toward I'm leaning toward the frog, but I can't decide if I want to paint him like he is and put him on a little base and just have him like a little generic frog. And then someone said make him a turtle, which Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, which that was interesting too. And then I may do something different. I may do a sprint car. I kind of want to just do something totally out of the blue, different, and because in about 2 weeks, about Christmas time, I'm going to do a big Gundam, and that's actually going to be for the hobby store. It's for another ceiling display, and that way I've covered my bases on, because I do decorate the ceiling, and I think he needs 2 Gundams. I got one, the 60th scale one that I did, the grayback, and then I'm going to do a big 48 unicorn one, which I got it stashed away at the hobby store. But anyway, that's what I got going on today, so stay tuned for the next exciting episode.